the biggest thing for me right now is after I left my job, other people reaching out to me, still doing freelance work to supplement my income to like make money while I'm creating, you know?
The following video is a part of a 6-part series with Anthony Bludgett, where we talk about the trials and tribulations of being a small creator. So if you're into this kind of thing, definitely give me a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're so inclined. Here we go.
What is the hardest thing for you? What have you found to be the hardest thing about pursuing this whole full-time creating thing?
So the hardest thing for me is the time. It's your evaluation of time and how much you value your own time. So from my standpoint, I've garnered a skill set working for a production company as a senior video editor. The other thing with it too is that I've been a shooter for that company for a while now. So building what you need to as a filmer, as an editor, like I've kind of been doing, but it's been for somebody else, right? Mm-hmm. The crazy thing to me is like putting yourself in front of camera and doing that kind of business versus filming someone else and making that content. I think, do you know Jeff from Story Greenlight?
Yeah.
He's like the video editor extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Shout out Jeff Barsh. And what he does is he edits for Hollywood, but he always brings up how much different it is being in front of the camera than editing somebody else's material.
Yeah.
But at some point, there's like two paths there. I could have just stayed at my old job that I loved and still like made content for them and then went home, made content when I was home, and then probably spent no time with my family.
Yeah.
Or I could value what I'm trying to do, much like yourself, with myself, and just put everything that I can into my own content. Yeah. So right now I'm at I'm not necessarily at a crossroads, but it comes to valuing yourself and your time. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to freelancing and doing stuff like that, I'm asking for like more money whenever it comes to that, but it's because it's coming from a place of like, look, I value my time, and like right now I'm taking on gigs to edit stuff for other people, but I'm seeing it degrade what I want to bring to like my own creation. And it was like, well, why did I leave in the first place if I'm just going to keep doing this? Yeah. So right now it's that. And then the other part of it too is all of the business things that come along with doing your own content. What I mean by that is like literally yesterday, I'm going to put out this one video, then I'm going to go to the bank and I signed up for my LLC. I got my my business bank account and everything, and like all that stuff, but it's the other stuff on the back end of content creation where it's like, all right, how do you get your finances and how do you do all this other stuff and set that in place for growing and thinking about your YouTube channel as a business. There's so much between spending time with others on YouTube. So it's like, even if it's not YouTube, say it's Instagram or some other place where you're commenting and you're viewing other people's work. I think that's a big thing. And then also creating your own work and also spending time with family. And then also on top of that, doing all the business things. Like it's like keeping track of receipts and all that crap.
Yeah,
like it's like all of that stuff right now. It's the allocation of time and what is the most value for what you're doing. It's like meeting up right now. Like I'd much rather be doing this kind of stuff than like on QuickBooks looking at like, oh, did I send this invoice to this person and do like all that stuff? So there's that kind of stuff, but how much time do you spend for creating and how much time do you give back to the community via watching other people's content? Because I feel like when you're a small creator, you have to
support each other.
That's the big part where you, and not only supporting, but you get so much more inspiration and ideas and like flow from working with other people and like in interacting with other people.
Completely.
I would say like, especially from doing my podcast, there's like so many times, like one of the coolest people I think was Harvey Danger Films. The guy was a triathlete, right? And then he got in an accident, a car hit him. He had to completely stop what he was doing to be a triathlete. And then what he did is he became like a YouTuber on top of his full-time job. And then he took up filmmaking. But I wouldn't have known that unless I like reached out and talked to him. And now like we like DM or like we talk to each other like, I don't know, like every other day, but it's like cool to have other creators to like to bounce stuff off of, you know?
Yeah, because it comes back to like the fact that we're in this together.
Yep. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like when I come up, you come up, we all come up.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing, because it's like you build that relationship and it's not a zero-sum market, you know? Like it's not like there's a winner and a loser. Like why can't we all come up together? Why can't, like if I see success with something tell you or tell like the other people that I build a community with, because we all have the same goals, we have all the same aspirations for the most part. Like, why would we not help each other in that sense? You know, like that's some real stuff, man. Like, I'm a big believer in like supporting those that support you. You know, because it comes back to that time thing. Like, they gave you that time, right? And like that's a lot. So what is it for me to give a little bit, like, add value back and to give them something? And like, it's just so important in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Thank you for watching. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Click the video in the middle for the next part in the series.